everyone, welcome back to another video. So today I've got a really fun one for you guys. I am doing the full face of makeup I hate tag. So as the title implies, you basically do your makeup, like a whole look, using all the products that just didn't work for you, things that you've decluttered, or things just, you know, like for whatever reason that product didn't work out for you, or you just really didn't like it. So I think like hate is a strong word, but there are definitely duds that I've gotten rid of. A whole look of really poo-poo makeup. So I'm not trying to bash any of these brands. A lot of the things in here are from brands that I really do like, and I have products from them that I love and use all the time. The first product that I'm going to start off with is this foundation right here. And this is a foundation that I picked up, or I bought recently actually at the drugstore, and it's called Bronx Colors, and it's the HD TV foundation. I picked this up because it's really, really light. This is like the lightest color foundation I've ever seen at the drugstore here in Switzerland. I don't know, this foundation just looked so weird. I think it's almost like a little bit too light on me, which I know it's almost impossible that that ever happens. It just didn't sit well on my skin, and it's also fairly expensive. Like this thing, I think it was like 20 something Swiss francs, so that's like over $20. Now I'm not going to use primer or anything like that because this is not makeup that I want to last a long time. Let's do a full face of bad makeup and then take it all off just for shits and giggles. Like it just kind of, as you're blending it, it doesn't even matter if you use a brush or a beauty blender. I'm gonna use a beauty blender later. It just kind of like smeared around my face. Like it doesn't really meld or mesh or whatever you want to call it with my skin. You know those kind of foundations that kind of just like sit on top of your skin? It doesn't really blend with your natural skin underneath. That's what I feel like this foundation does. And now I'm just gonna pick up the beauty blender. It kind of just moves the product around. It doesn't really stay where I've applied it, and I mean this beauty blender is dampened, so it's not like it's soaking up the product or something. It's a very liquidy foundation, like it's kind of watery, runny. I just feel like it's a layer of product sitting on my skin. Like I feel like it doesn't really blend. Oh, it just looks terrible. Like I will try at the end of the video, I will try and do a really close up zoom. So for concealer, I had a couple different contenders. This concealer by Pixi. This was sent to me as a PR sample. I am using some of the Pixi skincare products. This one is the Pat Away Concealing Base. So first of all, the name of this is weird because I'm like, okay, is it a concealer? Is it a concealer base? On the website, and it says that it's supposed to be a concealer. So whatever, it is supposed to be a concealer, and this is in the shade Nude. It's just this big, weird, chunky wand. There's like a ton of product that comes out when you pull it out. It's just like so yellow. Like look at how yellow this is. I don't know how this would work on anyone unless you have the skin tone of a Chiquita banana. Then it would probably match really well. Like how on earth is this a nude shade? This is honestly, when I put this on, I was like, what? Who wants a concealer that is that yellow? Because even when you pat it in, it leaves like a totally banana yellow cast. Honestly, don't even know whose skin tone this would work for, because even if you have like a yellow based undertone, like this is just so yellow. And this is not even marketed as like a corrective concealer. This is just like a concealer. I don't even know how to make this look good. I am gonna set everything with powder, but I was digging through my stuff and I don't have a powder right now that I hate. So let me just quickly grab a powder. That's the base. You can still see how yellow it is underneath my eyes. Like that just does not look attractive. Plus, this concealer, no matter how much powder I'm applying, like it's just creasing. So it's going into all those fine lines and just making me look about 10 years older. So there's that. Now I have just primed my eyes because I don't have an eyeshadow base that I hate right now. Ugh, this is probably, of all the products in this video, this is the one that I think is probably the worst thing ever. And it is an eyeshadow palette by L'Oreal, La Palette Gold. So it's supposed to be the gold palette, and it looks like this. A bunch of eyeshadows in here. There's a nice mirror. Like the actual compact I think is nice. Like it's really concise. Like I think this would be great for traveling or something. But the thing is, these shadows are so awful. Like, you know, drugstore eyeshadows have come such a long way. This just doesn't cut it. Every single shadow in here is shimmery. So that's just so old-fashioned, like especially with these darker colors, people don't really use super frosty shadows for their whole eye. Usually it's a mixture of like frosty, shimmery shades and mattes, and this one is just like all frost. This palette and we were never going to be friends. I'm gonna do this like bright green. Actually, this green is not bad. I remember using some of the other ones, they were just like awful. Like I said, there's no blending shades in here whatsoever. So I have to like blend it with a shimmery color. This green is like okay, but it's also nothing, like, I don't know, the color's not really unique, I guess. In this palette, none of the shades like really go together. I just feel like it's a weird color combination. So now for blending, so this is what I'm saying, like they're all shimmers. And now the nightmare begins because this shade, like a lot of the shades in here, is so sparkly. Like actually that green one was okay, but the other shades in here are like so sparkly. Like there's these chunky glitters in here. And then for the highlight, I'm gonna have to, I guess, go in with this shade here, which is this light gold shade. And it's just so frosty. I feel like this is just such a dated texture. The lighter shades, I can almost not really get them to show up. So, you know, if I was converting the money, it's almost like $30 for like an eyeshadow palette from the drugstore. I'm like, no. Girl, no. Ugh, this is just like the ugliest palette. I'm sorry. Not their strongest release, I wanna say. All right, I have a real doozy here of a product for the eyeliner, and I have done a whole video on this product. If you haven't seen it, you might wanna go check it out because it's kind of funny. And it is this liner by MAC, and this is the Roller Wheel Liquid Liner by MAC Cosmetics. This is one of those like pizza cutter shaped eyeliners. I think this is like one of those products that they just released to release something original because there isn't anything else like this on the market by any brand. It's so not necessary to have these weird eyeliner contraptions. Like it just makes eyelining so much more difficult. It's almost impossible to get a nice clean edge. Like you would think it would be really easy, but it's really not. Like back and forth rolling is just such an uncomfortable feeling. This was, I think, a limited edition release. Rest assured you are not missing out on anything because it is god awful. This is the NARS Audacious mascara. Like it's one of those sort of plastic or latex or whatever brushes, but it's really spiky. I think this is just a sample size, by the way. This is not the full size. This brush is so freaking spiky. Like it actually, if you touch your skin with this, like the eye skin, you know what I mean? It kind of hurts. So you have to be like really careful to apply it. To me, this just makes my lashes kind of clumpy. When I touch the skin on my eye, I like blink and then the mascara will be like all along the lower lash line. It's just so clumpy, like my lashes are all clumped together now. So for eyebrows, I wanted to showcase two particularly awful eyebrow products here. I thought, you know, share the love or share the hate, more like it. So this is the Brow Artist Expert Pencil by L'Oreal. What I do like about it is that it has like a brush on one end. It's a twist up pen. It's one of those like triangular pens, like it's not super thin and precise. I find it, first of all, the shape hard to work with. So if you're trying to get any kind of precise hair looking texture, it's gonna be a little bit hard to do this. This just feels like a little bit thick and chunky. Like it's kind of just made a smudgy mess now on this end just because it's so thick. I mean, for some people this might be fine. Like some people might like that kind of messy brow look. And what I also find is when you're like trying to blend it out, it kind of moves the product all around. Like it doesn't really blend it, it kind of just moves it back and forth. And then the other product is by Kiko, and this was from a limited edition release. And the limited edition, I didn't even show it here because I found it kind of problematic. The collection was called Asian Touch. First of all, I didn't like the name of that. It was kind of like exoticizing like Asian, I guess like Asian culture. I mean, Asian culture, like what is Asian culture? There are so many different countries in Asia. So I think it was supposed to be kind of inspired by Japanese calligraphy. but then the model that they actually used in their promo pictures was Caucasian, and she was just like made up to look like a sort of Japanese or whatever kind of woman, and I just felt that was really, like, I didn't want to promote that on my channel. They had this like pencil, like it kind of looks like a paintbrush on the end, so I think it is kind of neat, but look at this freaking color. I mean, unless you have exactly color hair like this, but even if you have red hair, there's no way that you would want your brows to look like this. What? Like, can someone please explain this to me? And also the thing is, this pencil applies like a lip liner. It is so creamy, way too much product comes off. Eyebrow pencils are supposed to be a little bit more sort of waxy and a little bit hard. And the color is just like, yeah. I totally want my eyebrows to be this color. Okay, I'm just gonna attempt to do the mascara on the lower lash line. I really do not like stick blushes. Things like this that come in a stick form, I have two of them here. This one is actually by MAC Cosmetics. I think this might have been a limited edition release for something in the summer. It's one of these like stick things that you're supposed to like paint on. It usually, to me, it removes the products underneath. Like, I've already powdered my foundation and stuff, and even if I hadn't powdered my foundation, it would just like slide everything around. And I have another one of these here by Kiko, and this is the Tropic Heat Lips and Cheeks. This was a limited edition. This one is particularly bad because it is so greasy. I can dab it in, but like, how are you supposed to blend this now? You know, I can blend it, but then it kind of just moves around the product. Like, I've already lifted off now some of the foundation. These cream blushes, I feel like, just ruin your base. And this one is like really oily somehow. It just looks kind of greasy. As I'm applying it, some of the foundation transfers onto this thing because it's so oily. My concealer that I applied now here is totally gone because I guess as I was blending this out, the edge of this beauty blender kind of caught the concealer. So now my concealer is like removed. So these are just like, I just don't like these stick blushes. They're just a pain to apply. I'd rather 100% rather use a beautiful powder blush, some lip products that I really do not like, and I have a bunch of them here. One is actually a lipstick here by MAC Cosmetics, and this is called Tanorama, but this is also part of their permanent range. So you can buy this hideous color all year round. It is just the frostiest, like, pale color. I mean, I don't know how anyone is going to wear this and make it look good. It's like straight out of the 70s or something. Like, if I was trying to be a space alien, a glam space alien, I think this could look good. It's just such a hideous color. It's so, first of all, the color, it just makes me look so washed out. The frost is so frosty that it just looks so outdated. I don't get it. I don't get how this was like a re-promoted color. I don't know who would want to wear that. So, and another product that I'm not really that crazy about either are the NYX Lip Lingeries. So these are NYX's version of nude liquid lipsticks, and I do think they, you know, it's nice that they cater to this liquid lipstick trend at a really low price point. So this is number 08. You know, it looks okay. Like, probably when you're looking at this now in the video, you're thinking, oh, like, that looks nice or that looks fine. It's not only how it looks, it's how something applies and how something wears and how it feels on the lips. Like, I can really feel this on my lips. Like, I just feel like there's this thick layer of product now on my lips. I find that these ones are so drying. Also, they age me, I think, because they accentuate every little line on your lips. So if you're like me and you don't have any fillers and you don't have Botox and all that stuff, your lips are going to have natural little lines in them. And these just really accentuate that, but I have to say that that's true in my case for almost all liquid lipsticks, and that's why a big reason why I don't really wear liquid lipsticks. Are you seeing that? There's little flakes from the mascara already down here, and I just applied it. So, I mean, imagine what that's gonna look like in a couple hours, and they're just, look how clumpy they are. Then you have the amazing awful eyeliner that just looks like crap. Then you also have the amazing eyebrows in two variations. Beautiful bright yellow concealer, which I can still see how yellow it is. And the blush, which is greasy as F, and is totally removing everything underneath. General cakiness down here. The lips just look dry and kind of cakey and gross. So, all right, you guys, I hope you've gotten a big kick out of watching me put on all these makeup products that I hate. And if you like this video, please remember to give it a big thumbs up. If it's the first time that you're watching my channel, please remember to subscribe and also hit the notification bell. And I hope to see you guys very soon in my next video. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you later. Bye!